Good day everyone, I am Rolien and I am going to discuss special crime investigation with legal medicine. So before I discuss different types of special crimes, let me define special crime investigation. So special crime investigation is a special study of modern techniques in the investigation of serious and specific crimes including murder, homicide, rape, robbery, abortion, kidnapping, carnapping, and criminal negligence. Ang special crime investigation ay nakatuon sa physical evidence rather than extrajudicial confession. Legal medicine. So, legal medicine is a branch of medicine that deals with applying medical knowledge for law and administration of justice. It is used by legal authorities for the solution of legal problems. So, ang unang special crime na i-discuss ko is rape or under the Republic Act 8353 or Anti-Rape Law of 1997. So, what constitutes rape? By a man who shall have a sexual intercourse with a woman under any of the following circumstances. So first is through force, threat, or intimidation, and when the victim is deprived of reason or is unconscious, or through fraudulent machination or grave abuse of authority, and when the victim is under 12 years of age or is demented, even if none of the above circumstances are present. So anyone can be a rape victim, but the incidence of rape is more rampant in women and girls, and any man or woman may be liable for rape. Robbery. Robbery is an act of taking property or things of another. Ang robbery ay nag-fall sa dalawang way. Ang una ay force upon things and violence or intimidation against person. Ang theft naman ay kaparehas ng robbery. Ito ay may intent to gain and taking of personal property. Ang kaibahan lang nito sa robbery is wala siyang force or intimidation sa tao. Murder or Article 248, any person who not falling with the provisions of Article 246 shall kill another shall be guilty of murder and shall be punished by reclusion perpetua to death if committed with any of the following attendant circumstances. Elements are that a person was killed, second, that the accused killed him, and that the killing was attended by any of the qualifying circumstances, and last, that the killing is not parricide or infanticide. Homicide. Article 249, any person who not falling within the provisions of Article 246 shall kill another without the attendance of any of the circumstances enumerated in the next preceding article shall be deemed guilty of homicide and be punished by reclusion temporal. The elements are that a person was killed, there is no justifying circumstances, there is an intent to kill which is presumed not to attended by a qualifying circumstances, and last, not a parricide or infanticide. Abortion. Abortion is the termination of a pregnancy by removal of expulsion of an embryo or fetus. An abortion that occurs without intervention is known as miscarriage or spontaneous abortion. May dalawang uri ng abortion. First is the intentional abortion and unintentional abortion. First is intentional abortion or Article 256. The elements are there's a pregnant woman, that the violent exerted drugs or beverages administered violation of the Dangerous Drug Act As the case may be, the accused otherwise acts upon such pregnant woman, and as a result of violence, drugs, beverages, or act of the accused, the fetus dies either in the womb or after having been expelled therefrom. The abortion is intended. Sa intentional abortion po, ang example dito ay ang pag-inom ng alak or pinagbabawal na gamot habang buntis na maaring ikamatay ng baby or fetus. Unintentional abortion or Article 257, ang elements are there is a pregnant woman or violence is used upon her without intending an abortion. The violence is intentionally exerted, and as a result of the violence, the fetus dies either in the womb of the mother or after having been expelled therefrom. Ang example naman sa unintentional abortion is pagkadulas or pananakit ng asawa mo na hindi aware na buntis ka na maaaring ikamatay ng baby or fetus sa tiyan. Kidnapping and serious illegal detention, Republic Act 1084. The offender is a private individual that kidnaps or detains another or in any other manner deprives the latter of his liberty. That the kidnapping or detention lasts for more than 3 days, and that is committed simulating public authority, and any private individual who shall kidnap or detain another or in any other manner deprives him of his liberty. The perpetrator shall suffer of the penalty of reclusion perpetua to death if the kidnapping or detention shall have lasted for more than 5 days and committed by simulating public authority. Anti-fencing law of 1979 or Presidential Decree 1612. Fencing is an act of any person who with intent to gain for himself nor for another shall buy, possess, keep, acquire, sell, or in any other way deal on any articles, items, objects, or anything of value which he knows to have been derived from the proceeds of crime or robbery or theft. Ang fencing ay ang pagnanakaw at pagbebenta ng ninakaw. Maaring kasuhan din ng anti-fencing law ang bumili ng nakaw na gamit. Republic Act No. 9208 or Anti-Trafficking in Person Act of 2003. So, what is trafficking in person? Trafficking in person as the recruitment, transportation, transfer or harboring or receipt of person with or the victim's consent or knowledge within or across national borders by the means of threat or use of force or other forms of coercion, abduction, fraud, deception, abuse of power, or of the position, taking advantage of the vulnerability of the person. So, why does trafficking happen? A study done in 2001 by Coalition Against Trafficking in Women in Asia and the Pacific revealed by the following as the most common reasons for the trafficking. So, first is the poverty or kahirapan, low educational attainment, and the lack of information in the recruitment process, and sexual abuse, family pressure, and they need to earn and influenced by good things and earning huge sum of money overseas. Anti-cattle rusting law of 1974. So, cattle rusting is the taking away by means of methods or scheme without the consent of the owner, raiser, or any of the above animals, like cow, carabao, horse, or other domesticated member of the bovine family. So, whether committed with violence against or intimidation of any person of force upon things. It includes killing of large cattle or taking its meat or hide without the consent of the owner or raiser. Republic Act Number 3019 or Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. So what is the statement of policy? So the statement of policy of the Philippine government in line with the principle that a public office is a public trust to repress certain acts of public officers and private persons alike which constitute graft or corrupt practices or which may lead thereof. So, corrupt practices of public officers, acts or omission of public officers already penalized by existing law, the following shall constitute corrupt practices of any public officer and are hereby declared to be unlawful. So, persuading, inducing, or influencing another public officer to perform an act constituting a violation of rules and regulation duly promulgated by competent authority or an offense in connection with the official duties of the latter, or allowing himself to be persuaded, induced, or influenced to commit such or offense. And last, Republic 8792 or the Electronic Commerce Act. An act providing for the recognition of use of electronic commercial and non-commercial transaction and documents, penalties for unlawful use. So, Republic Act 8792 or the Electronic Commerce Act of 2000 aims to facilitate domestic and international transactions through the utilization of electronic mediums and technology to recognize the authenticity and reliability of electronic documents.